the invisible chain, the inner struggle within us black people. This is it. The more deeper we go, the more deeper we will understand the trauma that is in us black people. And it is difficult being a black man or a black female. So I'm gonna dive into all of this. What if the deepest wonders are the ones nobody can see? Remember I talk about the invisible chain. It's the same, the trauma. That's why I'm asking this question. I always trying to ask this question so I can try to dive in deeper. I always ask this question. When I said I always ask this question, I always ask this question to myself. Because when I look in the mirror, I'm trying to imagine myself what other black people they're going through. What experience, what lead us to do the things that we want to do, the way we want to do. That's why I'm always going to keep asking, what if the deepest wounds are the one nobody can see? What if a generation of trauma have been passed down, not through genetics alone, but through fear, survival, silence, and pain?
3 are the most important. Rule number 1, and I guess it's the rule that most people find most controversial, and that is that all white people are racist. And when you say that all white people are racist, a lot of black people look at you crazy, a lot of white people look at you crazy. But I like to explain exactly what I mean by that. Racism is a group system that is created and implemented by an entire group. Everybody participates.
Facts.
And that system is designed to disadvantage all members of another group. All of them are affected by racism. In other words, whether you're Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Jay-Z, Bob Johnson, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Minister Farrakhan, racism affects all black people, irregardless of education, status, class, or wealth. Well, if it impacts all black people, regardless of who they are, then it must also benefit all white people, regardless of who they are. And so white people will argue that I'm not a racist. My ancestors didn't own slaves. I've never done anything to black people. So, okay, although I would probably debate the authenticity of that claim, but let's assume it's true for the sake of conversation. You are not guilty of committing any crime against black people, but you are nonetheless guilty of omission, which means you didn't commit a crime, but you did not stop none either. In other words, you may not have participated in police genocide, but you turn a blind eye to it. You may not be miseducating black children, but you will turn a blind eye to it.
Today we are talking about something rarely discussed openly. We have Dr. Umar Johnson. He helps black families, and we need to support Dr. Umar Johnson. Welcome to my channel. I am Fortan Zimbu, your African brother. I would like for you to subscribe, like, and share. This is the inner struggle, the invisible chain, where we go deep to speak about the issue, the psychological condition that we was put in, but we're struggling to come out from that. The invisible chain, when I speak about the invisible chain, is not the chain that we used to see or the chain that we see. In America, you have a lot of black America that always get arrested, but we can see them handcuffed. But that's not the issue. That's not the problem. The dangerous one is what we don't see is the problem. The inner struggle within us. The inner struggle. Why I speak like that? We have so much pain and suffering is inside of us black people. You will see when I go through everything I'm gonna speak here. Why do you find that you see a black person is gonna rage against another black person? A black person is so angry, but you don't know where it came from. We have so much. We can be so much polite when it comes to the people that they don't look like us. Cool, this is what I'm talking about right now. PTSD. Black people post-trauma stress disorder. We all have that, black people, but we don't want to see it. It's the same with that invisible chain. We don't want to see it. It's the same with the inner struggle. We don't want to see it. We don't want to admit it. Not just trauma from war, not just trauma from a single event, but trauma created by generation of violence, discrimination, poverty, community violence, family instability, and the constant pressure of survival. Many black people are suffering. Many don't even know it. And that's what makes it dangerous to the black community. Not just small community, but the entire black. When the people hear PTSD, they often think about military veteran. We do think about is over our military veteran. That's what we do. But PTSD can affect anyone who experienced trauma. A child witnessed violence, a person growing up in fear, a family living through abuse, a community repeatedly exposed to losses and tragic. Trauma changes how the brain responds to the world. The danger might be gone, but the body still acts as if it's coming. Analyze the people in your community. Analyze black people around you, and you will see. For many black community around the world, trauma did not begin yesterday. History matters. Slavery, colonization, segregation, apartheid, racism, violence, economic exclusions, generation growing up under system designed to limit opportunity and create instability. The big scar of those experiences did not disappear overnight. Some became fear, and some became hunger, and some become silence, and some became survival behaves passed from one generation to another. Black PTSD often hides behind behaviors people misunderstanding, hype vigilantes, always watching, always expecting something bad to happening, emotionally numbness, difficult trusting others, anger that seems to appear from nowhere, anxiety, depression, sleeping problems, sleeping difficult, always thinking of something is around, difficult forming health relationship. Many black people think they are simple, strong, but sometimes they are exhausted. Sometimes they are hurting. Sometimes they are surviving trauma. Many black community were told, be strong, don't cry, keep moving, handle it yourself, handle your business. I'm gonna say this again. Watch how you grow up, how you home. Watch how you was handling from your father and your mother. That's what I'm talking about. Trauma passed down to generation and generation. Many black community, we were told, be strong, don't cry, keep moving, handle it yourself, handle your business yourself. These messages were often necessary for survival, but they can also make healing difficult, because healing begins when we acknowledge the wounded. You cannot heal what you refuse to recognize. You cannot heal what you refuse to recognize. Unhealed trauma affects families, relationship, community, decision-making, mental health, physical health. It can influence how parents raise children, how people handle conflicts, how community respond to stress. The effects are larger than most people realize. The goals of this conversation is not to blame, not to create excuse, not to promote victimhood. The goal is to understanding, because understanding creates healing, and healing creates change. If we we want strong families, strong community, and a strong future. We must be willing to confront the wounds we carry. The wounds nobody sees, the wounds called trauma, because our pain is real and our healing matter. The difference between trauma and weakness, why many symptoms are misread by society, survival behaviors and character flaws, how trauma shapes community over generation, and this is why we always speak about the invisible chain, the inner struggle within us. I would like for you to subscribe, like, so we can push certain things, so we can try to understand why we go through what we go through, because the symptom is being passed to generation. Some we start thinking we're cursed, but if you see it, we're not cursed. Some they go into church or they go into witchcraft, black magic, so they can try to help their children or themselves because they believe they are cursed. Some pastor in church is the biggest problem in our communities, or because we misread the symptom that we have in black community. We start calling it the devil. We are cursed. Why we always go through this? Why my children they acting out the way they're acting? Because you're misreading the problem. We have a disease called trauma in us, and that trauma is been passed generation and generation. What you went through, what your grandfather they went through, your great grandfather they went through, you are not seeing it, but your thinking is happening to you because you know what, it's just a normal way of living. No, because when you go through so much, look up in South Africa. Can you see what is happening in South Africa right now? Can you see black and black? White people, they talk about 75% of the land or 85% of South Africa. They hold the land. But you have black people, they should fight them people, but they're fighting black people, immigration. They have no job for themselves. The black that they came to a job in South Africa, because we have so much trauma in us. What we do, we start pushing other away from us. Those that looks like us, we start making them enemy, but they are not enemy. The same way, let me just go deep on this one. You have white European, it can be in America, white European, the Asian, the Indian, the Pakistan, the Arabic. You have all of these people. They say in the black people, they are savage. We are savage. We are the problem in this society. But my question is, when it was the last time you saw a black people, black society, took the army, go to other people's land, start slaughtering their people, start taking the land? This is what happened to African. You have our ancestor, our great grandma, they was living in peace. You have our children, they was living in peace. You have a white man and the Arabic, they came to African continent. What they did, they follow us with guns and bombs. You're living in peace, somebody come in your land, start slaughtering you. You're seeing a little child just sleeping in a moment. That little child is no longer anymore because a stranger came to that land and destroyed, slaughter, burned the city and the entire women in that village, and kill our grandma, our grandparents, or our children. They all was gone because a stranger came. They slaughter innocent people that they didn't even know anything. And you became a stranger in your own land. And you have white people right now in 2026 with the audacity to say, all these African, they come into our land, they are taking our women. You're forgetting what you did, the trauma that you have put in us. But today, you have done worse than black people. Why people? Why ancestor? Why the ancestor? They did worse than we can ever imagine. You're sleeping in your land, just right there. You got chain in your hand because do you know what? We're taking your land and your resource. Where's my children? Your children, they're gone where they've been slaughtered. You were taking you so you can walk free in my other land. But this land that is yours, it belonged to me. This is what white men they did. White men, white women, they all just one people. As black people, we need to understand that pain from our ancestor, from that generation. We still have that disease of trauma right now. It's been passed down to us generation and generation. We walk around with so much deep wound on us. But even realize we are wounded people. We have so much trauma in us. That's why this episode, it goes deep than you can ever think. I believe the wounded scar, the trauma within us black people, the invisible chain in a struggle within us that we don't even realize we have. We're walking around because we're thinking we are strong. When you've been conditioned in your own house or your parents telling you don't show emotion, don't cry, be strong. When they abuse you, racism, they abuse you, just stick your chest out. Just be strong. Just go and study. Do you know how many our children, they're going through trauma right now? They are not talking about it. Our children, they're not talking about it. Look at this. You see a black man or a black woman, they slaughter or they have done something wrong to a white person. The entire white race or the Chinese or the Arabic or whatever, they will call all of us savage because of one black person do something. But look what the white man did to the African. Look at what the white man did. They slaughter majority of us. They didn't even care if we are human. They saw us nothing but animal. And do you know what? We have to live every day of our lives with trauma. It runs deep. That deep scar, that big old scar is a wound that it don't go away. And they'll tell you, forget about slaving, forget about your history, that history. That's why you can see Donald Trump is wiping away all black America, their history. You go to Europe and they don't even teach majority of that because they don't want that. Can you see? They left a big scar in Africa and they're scared to see the evil that they left in Africa. They create chaos in entire continent of African. We have to live with that scar. It's never gonna go away, but we have to face it. Black people, you cannot run away from that trauma. You have to face the difficulty that it was placed on you. No matter what, you have to face it. It's the most craziest thing when I'm saying this. You can see how trauma shapes community, how trauma shapes all of us around the world. Black people, our community have been creating chaos because of the trauma. But you know what? That's just me. That's the invisible chain. The inner struggle within us, black people. I would like for you to do nothing but to subscribe so we can talk about all of this. I think I went a little bit far and further on this. But you know what? This is just another episode for the invisible chain. I would like for you to subscribe, like. I'll catch you guys to the next one. Peace.